They met, fell in love, and got married in this country, and now a Warren County man is trying to rescue his wife from Mexico. It's the story of an immigration issue gone horribly wrong. Mark Mulholland explains. He is live in our Saratoga newsroom with this story. Mark?
Well, good evening, Elaine. President Obama's order last week to stop deporting people who were brought to this country illegally as children came too late for a Queensbury husband and his wife who've been separated for nearly a year.
I miss you.
This is the first face-to-face contact Jason Rollo and his wife Daisy have had in months, and it's only through Skype. Jason and Daisy met and fell in love when the Fort Ann grad was stationed in the Navy in San Diego after a couple of tours in the Persian Gulf. They've been married for 2 years, but they've been apart for nearly half the time. When she was a child, Daisy and her sister were brought to the U.S. illegally by her mother to flee an abusive relationship. Because they wanted to do the right thing, the Rollos got an immigration attorney to help straighten things out so she could one day become an American citizen.
If you want to have a life, you need to do things the right way.
The attorney told them that Daisy needed to return to the American consulate in Mexico with all of her paperwork, and it would take a month to get it all straightened out.
I told her why, and I wanted to present my waiver, and she's like, forget about it. And she's like, next. I'm like, I need to talk to someone. You know, like, this is not right. There's something wrong with this. And she's like, I told you, next.
So Daisy is alone in Mexico, permanently, unless the government reverses course.
I know it's hard, sweetie, but
Her husband and all of her family in the U.S.
And being by yourself, where you don't know anyone, it's just hard.
But Jason's not giving up. He's hoping the federal government he served honorably for 9 years will see the error of its ways.
and we try to go by the way the law is written, and this is how we're paying for it. So it is very frustrating.
Jason Rollo was in a PhD program, but he had to leave that so he could focus all of his time and energy to try to get his wife back. Live in our Saratoga newsroom, I'm Mark Mulholland. Elaine?
Mark, quick question. So is it just a myth that if you marry someone who is a U.S. citizen, you don't just automatically become one?
I asked that very question, and yes, it apparently is a myth.
Okay, Mark Mulholland, thanks so very much for your report.